I'm gonna get skinny as fuck.
Me too. I just want to see my vagina.
Can I tell you, I judge how skinny I am based on if I can see my dick on a toilet.
If
I sit on a toilet,
you ain't lost no weight. I've seen your dick.
Yeah. Yeah, you have. You definitely have seen my dick.
Yes,
I forgot about that.
Has.
I thought you were just joking, and I was like, no.
She saw it.
Yeah.
She did. She saw it.
We did not do a threesome.
I forgot we did the cabin.
We did not do a threesome.
I saw the filmed version of you seeing it from the cabin.
Oh, yeah. I got a lot of pushback for that shit.
I saw it. You got a lot of pushback?
Yeah, I did get a lot of pushback for that cabin shit. They were calling me racist. I said, eat my ass upside down.
I forgot that we did the cabin. I really forgot we did the cabin. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, it was fun. They was like, you're so fucking mean. You ruined the cabin. I said, and you ruined your mama pussy when you came out backwards.
Oh, that was my seat. When we talk about having those uncomfortable conversations about race, that's what I loved about that episode. Was it got uncomfortable, but it's and I'll say on Kaley's behalf is that it's one of those things like the 85 South show where I'm gonna have a blast. I know that there's a lot like that people can construe what I'm gonna say on that show and make me seem like a bad guy. But for me, as a fan of the show, it's kind of worth it because I like the show. I get a kick out of those guys. Fucking Chico Bean with his hair, when he said, I've always worn braids, I followed that whole journey of his hair, of him growing his hair out. I could not stop. I enjoyed that so much on such a different level where we're like, I don't understand. I don't think he understands why I liked it so much. Can we talk to him about that? Fucking DC Young Fly is possibly one of the most positive energied motherfuckers in the world. Mm-hmm. I watched him go back to his high school on a separate video to just go back. And I watched him get lunch at his high school. And I had the biggest smile on my face watching him fill up a plate full of lunch from his old high school. Like, but it's worth it for me. Kaley, I think, left and thought this wasn't worth it for me.
Well, I think, and I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just being mean. And when you don't know me, you can take it the wrong way. When I said, who fuck is you? I don't know you. I knew who Joy McHale is. Hell, I still talk to Joy McHale at least once a month now. But I think they never had that rejection before. Well, nobody knows who you are and say it out loud. And nobody said in your face, who the fuck Black watched Big Bang Theory? Not that it was, it wasn't for me. I mean, it did 9 years or so. So it had to be a good show. Somebody was fucking watching it. Yeah. I was just being honest from my perspective. And that's what's wrong with society. Everybody's scared to say what the fuck they're thinking. If you don't like, everything ain't for everybody. Mm-hmm. And I'm a 49-year-old Black woman. And I should be able to tell a white woman, I don't know who you are. I don't give a fuck if you is worth $100 million. I've never seen you before. But then you told me you played on the show that John Ritter died on. And I said, you was a daughter? But I never noticed her on the show because I was a John Ritter fan. So I didn't look at nobody else but John Ritter. That's all I remember about that show was him. I wasn't trying to be rude. I wasn't trying to be racist. I was being honest. I was just and that's what's wrong with the world. You can't be honest to a white girl or people, especially when she worked for $100 million. Oh, and then when she played the victim, oh, I'm so scared. Why the fuck are you scared of me? I'm the nicest motherfucker you ever gonna meet. I'll ride and die for you, bitch.
That's where I probably fucked up because I think I was drinking, so I wasn't hosting.
Everybody was drinking. It was like a brandy tasting or whiskey.
It was a whiskey tasting
or something. Yep.
And I probably should have jumped in because I had a similar experience with Lunel, where I thought Lunel didn't like me and I couldn't turn a corner with it. And because I kept, all I was hearing was how she was saying things as opposed to what she was saying.
Yeah.
And Donnell and Red played a liaison for me in that moment. And now to this day, I was just texting with Lunel the other day. So like, I'm cool with Lunel, but they got me to understand that I should have done a better job of negotiating the waters between you and Kaley, because I couldn't explain. Trust me, if she doesn't like you, she's going to let you know that she doesn't like you. It's not you're talking about
Miss Pat.
Miss Pat, yeah. You can't judge how she's saying it. It's what she's saying.
The thing is, I would imagine if you didn't like her, you'd be real quiet.
Yeah, I want to fuck with her.
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought she was really pretty. Right. And when you told me who she was, I was like, oh, the girl from the Big Bang Theory. I never watched the episode. Honest to God, I never watched the episode of the Big Bang Theory. I didn't know who she was, but she was really pretty. And later on, I Googled. I said, "Bitch, worth $100 million. Who the fuck give a fuck if I didn't watch it?"
Well, I think that's the same thing. Is Kaley was put in a precarious situation where it's like it's in a weird way.
She probably had never met nobody like me.
I would assume, and it's unfair for me to assume that Kaley wouldn't know someone like you and have someone like you in her private circle. I'm judging that based on the fact that I think her husband is an heir,
and she's also born and raised in Southern California. She's from here.
She's been in.
She was a nice girl.
She was great. It bums me out that she did not have a good time. It bums me out that she regretted it. It bums me out that she's been fairly vocal to a few enough important people that it's come back to me that how much she hated that experience. And because I go, that was never my intention. My intention was to introduce one of my favorite people to Hollywood types. Joel and Kaley are different. They're Hollywood types. They know agents and they know showrunners and they do stuff that we don't do. We are in the clubs. We are in podcasts. We do television too, but we don't come at television the way they do. We come at it like I can play Bert, you can play Pat. If you want to do a derivation of that, we can play those characters too. But I'm not going to play a flight attendant, on Kaley's show because it's a little out of my fucking swing zone.
Yeah, right.
Kaley's a very trained, great fucking actress,
right?
Who's got.
Hey, when I went home, when that aired, I got up that morning and watched it when you dropped it, and my husband said, "How the fuck you not know who Kaley Cuoco is?" I said, "Well, how the fuck do you know who she is?" And he was like, "The Big Bang Theory." Yeah. And then he went on and say what she did in her childhood. I said, "Well, I don't know that. Yeah. I don't watch those movies. I'm honest. Yeah. And maybe,
it's the beauty of being where you are in your career where you go, I'm not going to do a song and dance for you.
I'm not going to do a song and dance for any fucking
anybody, nor should you have to. And
that's what took me the most when I went up to Joel McHale and said, when I said, "What's up, Ryan Seacrest?" And he was like, "You got it, Lizzo." I was like, "Yes." Personality, it fucking made me laugh. Yeah. But when I was approached with her and you was like, I don't know her. I said, "I've never watched it." I said, "Who the fuck watched The Big Bang Theory?" And I could see the life come out of her face. I was not trying to be rude. Really nice, beautiful girl. I don't know why she played, "Oh, I'm so scared of you." You don't have to be scared of me. I'm the nicest bitch you ever met. I will fight for you if you my fucking friend. Well, that's just how I am.
Like I was talking about earlier with my trainer, where the person I work out with him thinks he's yelling at her all the time, and I don't hear it as yelling.
Yeah.
It's different, not just because he's black, but because he's in the South. And that's how my coaches talked to me when I was in sports. They yell, but they're not yelling. It's not an aggression. It's a passionate way of talking. Yeah, I think it's very different.
Overall, I'm a pretty nice person.
You're very nice.
Do I get a little loud? Yes, I do. But you'll see that when you watch the TV show that comes out August 12th too. Be like, "Well, goddamn, Miss Pat." But I'm that person in your family that's gonna be honest with you. And that's who the fuck I am. I don't know nothing else. I don't go and eat these people fancy meals. I don't throw up in the bathroom. Well, sometimes I do because shit don't go all the way down. But, I'm just real about it. I'm not gonna let this industry change me. That's why I live in Indiana. I don't have to fucking get a BBL for my ass to look like a turkey leg for me to fit in. Hell, I'm a 9 in Plainfield, Indiana.
The thing about it's so funny. I've dealt a lot with episodes that we've shot at the cabin. I feel like I never got to promote it because it came out during the quarantine, and I feel like I haven't really talked about it at all. But you know what? I feel bad. I really do feel bad for Kaley because I feel like it was a missed opportunity for her to meet someone that I thought she would like forever. And you guys are in the same industry. And I do think she would look at what you're doing with your show and respect it as someone who's done multicam, as someone who's excelled at the highest level of multicam and is now an executive producer. I think she just signed a big deal with Disney Plus or something. Or something like that. I think you guys would find a common ground. I think I was the wrong go-between. Because
that may be accurate, actually.
I love,
and it was also awkward because you were figuring out what this show was about as you're shooting it, like you just described earlier, where let's just get it made and get it started and I'll make it my own. And it was, I was there that day and I was listening and I thought if there were a better structure going on here, this would have moved to a different place very easily, but there was no structure. So I think there was just a combination of a lot of things happening in that moment.
The thing that pivoted everything was, and this is the difference between saying like, I have a black friend or saying, or people that don't say that. Like Jimmy Tatro is, I've used him as an example a few times. He's a very good example of a solid dude who is what you would say is woke, but he would never say that about himself in a million years. But he is very on the right side of everything. He would never tell you, I have a black friend. He just has so many that it would never be something that comes up in his life. And the way he grew up, that he was just, he just doesn't see it. He doesn't see it like that.
Right. They're just friends.
Whereas also like one of the conversations that came up was, about Michael Vick. And I know, because I have enough black friends to know that is more a story about the way white America sees black people as opposed to dogfighting.
Did it come up on the cabin?
It came up on the cabin, and that is when, between you and her, because she is a big animal rights activist.
Oh, that's right.
And you said one of my favorite players is Michael Vick. And I tried to stop it right there and go, hold on. Miss Pat isn't advocating dogfighting nor anything he did. What she's saying is that
I'm a Falcon fan.
A Falcon fan, but more important, by the way, he was one of the best goddamn fucking quarterbacks you've ever seen play. What he did was so magical that it's overwhelming when you watch this highlight reel. But more importantly, what happened is that a lot of people in the black community see going to prison and doing your time as redemption, and that is. You need to
and white society don't. So let me ask you something. And
I feel bad having this conversation with Kaley not here to defend herself, but this was one of the things that came up that made things awkward, where I said, you can't say you don't forgive Michael Vick, because in essence, you're saying, Pat, as a convicted felon, I also don't forgive you.
Yeah,
I don't forgive anyone who's been to prison.
Fuck. Yeah, I also don't give a fuck.
Right? Yeah.
Because everybody deserves a second chance, except murderers and child molesters. That's what I believe. Everybody makes mistakes, but this world want to cancel the fuck out of you so fucking quick. Yeah. Michael Vick made a major mistake. Being around the road, not fucking cutting the loose his past. I am big. I'm here today because I got a second chance.
Yeah.
But you would take this black man, ruin his fucking career, and lock him up for dogfight. But Rossenberger allegedly, supposedly raped many bitches. They've said Rossenberger have been inappropriate with women. What the fuck his name is?
No, right now is the one time he's like, thank God she's not pronouncing my name right.
But I know nobody ever did anything.
Yeah.
And nobody even tried to prove anything. And I don't know if it's true. I hope it's not, because I'm a fan of him too. But everybody, you got to give people a second chance. People fuck up. I'm here. I'm a prime example of what a second chance can do. Some people need 2 and 3 fucking chances.
It was a bigger
but
conversation.
Because you're an animal rights activist, and I tell you that I tell every white motherfucker, black motherfucker, Asian, anybody that'll listen to me, Miss Pat like Michael Vick. I had a woman say, I'm not coming to see you because Michael Vick. I said, I don't give a fuck. When you want me to send you some puppy child. I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna make me bow down to you. I believe in second chances. I am a Michael Vick fan. Michael Vick have gotten out of jail and proven himself to be a law-abiding citizen. You know what I'm saying? He's working for ESPN. He's working for the owner of the Falcon. He turned his life around. Why is it that we cannot forget what this man did?
Why can't you celebrate that?
Why can't you celebrate that?
Isn't that the point?
And here's the other thing.
Isn't that an example of someone going to prison and reforming?
That's what prison is for.
Exactly.
Prison is not for you to go to jail, get out, and you still motherfucking hating on them.
Yeah.